Hey, welcome back, everyone. Tom from Park Avenue Trading, your chief dealer, keeping you sane in insane markets. Weekly forecast. All right, starting off with the euro dollar. All right, well, we reached a high of what, 119, like 20-ish. So, okay, 119.19. Okay, 119.20-ish. Okay, if we go back in time, we look at the dailies. Okay, we have a previous high here of 118.34. That's going to be the next level of resistance if the marketplace can come up. Now, here's an interesting point for the euro dollar for the weekly. By breaking below 115, 117.53, 117.52, closing below it. I know you say it's only a few pips. We closed at 117.44. It's actually showing weakness, structural weakness. And where is the weakness showing? Where could it actually pound down to? Come down to 116.28. So by closing below 117, say 50, even though it's only like 6 pips different, it's actually showing weakness that it could actually trade down to 116.28 over the course of the week. Now, what that actually means is we could get a retrace back up, but there's going to be resistance at 118.33. That's really the point that I have to hold if the euro dollar is actually going to come back down and test 116.35. Technically, it's actually showing weakness. So I'd be looking to sell some rallies today, looking to get to 116.32. If that level breaks, then we're looking at 115, like, I'm going to say, I'm going to move this up a little bit, 115.85, something like that. Now, that's like the main line of support. 115.86 right here for the euro dollar is an important support point. If that breaks, you're looking back down to like 114, like 25-ish. So that's the points right now. I know I'm going to give you this kind of wide, but really you got to come in on the dailies. I'll give you the daily points where the resistance is and the support is. Let's move on over to good old dollar yen. Let's look at dollar yen. All right, this is an interesting um, pair right now. Daily support right now going into the weekend. The support's at 147.75. If that level can hold, we're looking to jump up a little bit, potentially back to 149. Um, the resistance in dollar yen really is at 149.50. Okay, mainly longer term resistance 149.50. Let me get a trend line up there for you. 149 or like a resistance level right there. Okay, that's fine. Move this up just a little bit. Right there. 149.50 is the overall resistance. It's kind of like the pivot. If it can break up through that, it's actually showing some good strength. Support on the downside. Okay, so we reached the low 145.75. So hang on, let me get a point for dollar yen. Let's see where the main pivot is for this thing. All right, so this week, the weekly support is at 147.30. 147.30. Let's get a level there. 147.30. Right now, it's moved up from the 17, and then 146.80. Those are two main weekly supports for dollar yen that has to hold above in order to track up to that 149.50. So these are your main supports this week. So if you're a dollar yen bull and you start to see a retrace, well, you're going to want to, look to see what the price action is right around 147.30. Now, if we can get up above right now, 148, say 30, it's actually showing some strength up to like 148.75. Now, got to come on to my daily analysis and I'll give you the points that are really important for the day. But right now, as it stands, really, there's support at 147.75-ish. If we could hold that level, it looks like it's going to punch up a little bit towards like 148, like 55, 60. So that would be a short term. That's not long term. Let's go over to good old sterling dollar. All right, sterling dollar. Okay, resistance this week's at 136.11 and 135.14. We drifted down a little bit. Cable, as I said during the week, is actually drifting lower. It needs to recover over 135.15 in order to try to track in between 135.15, 136.11. If Eurodollar dumps, because I said technically it could go down to 116.80, cable has a potential to actually get down like 133.85 again. So the most important points on the week so far in cable are the 135.14, and if we come down, we're going to look right there. I'm going to go a little bit higher than this. I'm going to go right to this low bars close right here. That's good. 133.78 is like a right now it's where it's drifting to. I'm not saying it's going there. I'm just that's where it's drifting. So really the only way it shows any type of strength is if it can get above really hmm, let's see what's the low so far. What was it? 60? 63? Yeah, it's got to get over 135 like 15. That's the only way it shows any type of strength. I mean, it's coming down to a short-term support point. 134.20 hasn't quite reached it yet, but it needs to recover this in order to show any type of strength. Let's go over to good old sterling yen. I'm so upset I missed this trade. All right, sterling yen. Let me get some points for sterling yen. All right, cable. Sterling yen. 198.42. Right there. 46. Main level of support for the whole structure for this week. Okay. In order to show any type of strength, this week's got to get over the resistance of like 200. Right now, it's drifting lower, and this is the main level of support. One night now, if that opens, that breaks. Okay, you're looking at like 196.35 again. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen this week, but that's the most important point this week. 198, say 43-ish. Okay, so if you're a bull, I wouldn't be buying into this. It's kind of like a yeah, I would buy strength if we can get above like 199. Let's see, where we go down to? We went down to 199.40, 200, You got to get above 200 even, that psychological point to show any type of strength. But then there's resistance right at 280. So right now, if the market comes up, bounce off, it's actually tracking down to the main level of support at 199.46. Let's go on over to good old Euro Yen. Finishing up with euro yen. Okay, euro yen. Let's see what we got at 174.50. Hang on a second here. Euro yen is kind of in a chop, but it's actually holding up much better than sterling yen. Let's look at euro yen. We made it 174.50. Um, the main support for euro yen is, believe it or not, is like 172. 10. So it's really far away right now. So I'm going to move this down. I'm going to show you where the main pivot support is. It's like right there, 172.10, right off of that low. Okay, now I know that doesn't help us very much right now, but the warning level is a break of 173.07. If that level goes, it's drifting down to the root, like the main support. In order for it to show any type of strength, it really just needs to get above short term, we need to get above like 174, like 12, and then it's got to take out the top 174.50. But right now, I think it's just going to be tracking kind of slightly weak, slightly bearish. Again, you got to come over to the dailies because that's where I really cover the main points, and I won't know what's happening with it until Asia starts to open up and starts to actually trade. Let me see if I can move this over. So, no, you can't see the prices then, right? Can you see the prices? It's a little messy. All right, that's good enough. Anyway, so that's what I got going on for you guys. If you like what you see, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. There's a free video and ebook for you on price breakouts in the description. Grab it. It's quite interesting. And I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, always, always, always trade with your head, not over it, and enjoy the party, but dance near the door as a short-term trader. Cheers.